This is your girl, Calandra Gantt.
And this is your girl, Daphney Hilton. And you are watching the iLLest line.
Hey, what's good, everybody? This is your B fam, I.AM.D.ANTHONY, and this is the iLLest Lines, where we talk about our favorite lines from certain songs because bars matter. So listen, on today's episode, we have two ladies that hail out of Georgia, and we're going to talk about their company, Blue Mile Consulting, as well as get some info on their own musical history. So I want you to do me a favor and welcome to the iLLest Lines, Calandra Gantt and Daphney Hilton. So first of all, I want to welcome you both to the iLLest Lines. Thank you so much for saying yeah. Appreciate you being on.
Yeah.
So I wanted to kind of get into what you both do. I know that you both have had your own separate things going for a while. I mean, I know both of you have done a lot from doing music releases to awards and whatnot. But separately, what made you, well, not separately, but together, what made you guys finally get together and say, you know what, we need to do something like this?
I have to let her go first because the youngest go first.
Oh, is that right? Well, let's see. It really just came about unexpectedly. I'm gonna say that. We knew of each other.
Oh,
we
okay.
had been on different.
Yes.
Yeah, we knew of each other.
Yes.
Just being in the industry.
Yeah, and we were on a platform together.
Right.
And
okay.
years ago.
Yeah, and we just happened to do this platform. We were on a gospel cruise.
Okay.
Yeah, we were singing Bahamas,
Right.
With Praise Factor.
Yeah. And
okay.
Yeah, and we connected, really just start hanging out. And then after the cruise, we continued to just talk about, because we realized that we had some of the same ideas,
and some of the same ventures. So, and then we just, I prayed for an artist friend. I was in the military, so I believe in the buddy system. So I prayed for an artist friend. I had several artist friends, but somebody that I could really kind of like bounce things off and not feel intimidated. So, and evidently she said that she thought she didn't know she needed one, but she realized she needed one as well. So that's how we end up just kind of like piggybacking on each other, kind of helping each other. And then God gave us conversations with Blue Mile. Actually,
Blue Mile.
He gave us Blue Mile Music Consultants first.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
And then conversations with Blue Mile.
And we he gave us Blue Mile Music, and I laugh because our journey is so funny. But it's a good journey. You have your good and your bad in it.
Oh yeah.
But the good outweighs the bad because the bigger picture. Indeed. And one thing we can say, we do know that God has his hand on what we're a part of. Because we knew that from the beginning when we got the opposition.
And the pushback.
And the pushback. When we started, when people realized, they're collaborating, or they're really celebrating each other, looking out for each other in the industry. So a lot of people was like, the weirdest thing is that I guess people don't do that in the industry. So people were like, what they doing,
Right. I mean,
what's this new thing
what they doing? They ain't fighting, they ain't competing, they ain't talking about each other. And
so I think for with the whole Blue Mile movement, we call it a movement because we draw to like-minded people. That there is no intimidation, there is no competition. Hey, if I hear anything, I'm gonna let you know about it. Hey, if you hear something, you let me know about it. And I think that because there's enough room for everybody, and everybody has a call and a path. And I really believe that my path is differently from anybody else's path. Then your path is different, your path is different. So why not share? Why not? Because if we say we're kingdom people, then we need to be about kingdom business.
Exactly.
Kingdom business, all of us, many members in one body. So, I can keep going now.
Oh yeah.
But
I can keep going.
And it's funny, because Blue Mile, and the thing is that we wanted to make a difference in the industry. That's why our motto is changing the game for the kingdom.
Right.
Because we had experienced a lot of things in the industry,
just the opposition, right?
Where people not operating integrity or not presenting excellency.
Right.
And those are some things that when people meet us, they know one thing, that we don't do anything without excellence. We're not gonna put it out there,
as we should too.
Absolutely.
Absolutely. You would think.
Absolutely.
Right. You would think that. But especially when God's name is attached to it.
Yeah, absolutely. But that's why we on your show, because you do things in excellence.
Amen. Praise God. Thank you. Glory to God.
Had to put that tag.
Right. And so Blue Mile came about. It's been about 3 years now.
It's been 3 years.
Wow.
June or July.
July.
3 years.
Nice.
July 3 years. July made 3 years.
It's been going strong, and then through the pandemic, God gave us conversations with Blue Mile.
Yes.
Right.
I always call up sis, and I'd be like, girl, let me tell you, God done, he done did it again, And but the good thing about it is that you have two people that know how to go to God for themselves.
Right.
And we get confirmation from God.
Yes.
And if he say don't do it, we don't do it. And there's not a problem to say, well, sis, God has not confirmed that for me.
Yeah, because I'm quick to say, well, he didn't say nothing. So
right.
I'm not moving until he says something.
And I appreciate that though. And that doesn't bother me, because most of the time, because of how God operates, he may speak to me, and then he may speak to sis a little bit down the line. But eventually we come together.
Absolutely.
And we be like, you know what? Okay, we're gonna move forward because God is in agreement. And I think that works, that definitely works for us, because every path we've taken has worked.
Right.
That's good.
Yeah, every path we've taken. Not saying the path has been, and what I want to tell people is that I don't try to put it out there like everything is just rosy all the time.
It's work.
Because even our life as Christians has not been promised to be rosy.
Right.
But we've been promised the victory.
Absolutely.
And that he's with us. So what we're saying is that if you believe in what God has ordained and what he said, this is what you're to do, you take the good with the bad. But at the end of the day, we call them, you put your big drawers on.
Right.
You have a conversation.
Right.
And you work it out.
But also, God already promised us an expected end. So we just have to ride the wave. We call, sometimes we'll say, get in the blue zone.
Yeah.
We just have to ride that with God. Because like I told Calandra, I said, if God said this is what we're supposed to be doing, then this is what we're going to be doing. And I just have to trust him, because I trust him more than I trust myself and my flesh, because my flesh be getting in the way. And I'll be like, I don't think
doesn't it all? Yeah.
Because you making me mad today, or something like that. You know what I'm saying? But you gotta know, if God said it,
you gotta trust it.
You gotta trust it.
You gotta trust it.
You gotta trust it.
And you gotta trust it.
That's how conversations with Blue Mile came about. And we always had that heart to help artists, to help other people in the industry, to have a conversation with them, to see how you guys are making it, what you're doing. We can share what we're doing.
What you guys can learn from each other.
Collaboration is everything, Daniel.
Oh yeah.
So
most definitely.
So that's how conversations with Blue Mile came about. And it's been really, really, really doing well. God, you can see God's hand in it. We've been picked up on 2 networks, thank God. You can get
awesome. Congratulations on that.
Roku. Thank you, Daniel.
Yeah.
So it's just been a blessing. When I tell you, it's been a roller coaster.
Oh, I'm sure.
It's been a roller coaster, but it's a good roller coaster. You got to like to ride roller coasters.
Oh yeah. And throw your hands up.
Come on, throw your hands up.
One of the things that I was hearing while you guys were talking about that is, when people when people work together, it shows just how much they can do when they allow themselves to work together and walk together, because how can 2 people walk together except they agree? And it's a major thing. People I think take that for granted sometimes, because they take their knowledge of the other person for granted, how many years they've known that person for granted, what that person knows, you know what I mean?
Absolutely.
And sometimes people do get into a relationship with somebody, whether it's working or otherwise, just because they know what the other person can do.
Absolutely.
And I get it to a degree, but at the same time, when you're out for self, it's not going to work. But when you're out to help, It's always going to work, because in order to help, you got to work. You got to do some kind of work, put some kind of work behind it.
And but what you said was so profound to me, and maybe that could be my part of my question. When you say if you allow yourself to work, not get in front of yourself. When you allow yourself to do it, not be that barrier in front of yourself, like you said, not being selfish, not looking for something for you, but looking for something to help other people. That stuck out to me, resonated in my heart when we allow ourselves to do it.
It's a major thing.
That's good. And like you said, I never, and I think you said something about knowing people, you know, people, I guess the thing is that people, let me say this, when God is in something, it doesn't matter how long you've known somebody.
Right.
Because that was one of the things in our connection. We had not known each other that long, but all of a sudden we clicked. We balanced. The thing is that we balance each other out.
Yin and yang.
We're two totally different people.
Yes.
Pepper and salt.
Absolutely.
Two different styles. In
black
music.
And white. Absolutely.
But listen, see, I don't even get offended. Let me tell you, they don't even offend me, because
it's true.
That's what we do, though.
But it's true.
Listen,
hey, it's all right. I've gotten plenty of that on my end too.
See, you met your brother.
But I love it, you know. But one thing we did know that is that the energy. Everybody says, "Oh my God, the energy you guys have is just like over the top," and it's nothing that we're faking. It's really just
real.
This is what we do. We cut up. We have a good time. We kind of, you know,
but we
love the Lord.
Indeed.
You know, so we're great. Conversation with Blue Mile. We're grateful for that platform.
Yes.
The doors have opened with that.
Hopefully we'll get you on there in the next.
Yes, that'd be great.
Yes.
That'd be awesome.
And
I'd be
honored. And we'll have fun.
And the connection, it led to more connections. We did a tour. We started a tour. We couldn't finish because of COVID.
Absolutely.
But yeah, you know, but then God,
KS Grace.
Yeah, the KS Grace tour.
Kindred spirits, those that are like draw to each other. It's called kindred spirits.
That's what it's called. So, but this thing, it works. You know, I tell you all the time, it really does work. You know, we look out for each other.
That say it works.
Yeah.
Right. There you go.
You know? And the thing is that, look, if I can't do something like, you need, Dab, can you do that? I
got it.
You got it. We have, God has allowed us to just pool our resources. Which makes
we're not complaining about it.
No,
that's the blessing.
Yeah.
We're not complaining about it. It's like, hey, you forgot. Oh, I forgot.
Get right.
There you go. And that's important. It's, in any kind of relationship, it's important to be able to have someone that can call you out on some stuff. Is it undo it? Say it again.
No, I was telling her that reminds me.
She reminded her own self.
Gotcha.
Or something, but
but Daniel, what you were saying, Daniel?
I was just saying how important it is to be able to have somebody that you can not only, you know, bounce information off of, but also know that they're going to call you out when you are either wrong or you need a little help in some kind of way, and to be able to take that in love. You know what I mean? Because you can really only do that with people that you truly love and are kind in heart to. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? And that's what, like, you know, friends are for, your family is for, you know what I mean? Especially ones that you consider family, you know, you've got them, you've known them either for a short while and you guys just click like that, or you've known them for such a long time, you already know how they are. So it's like, they're just tripping again, or, okay, well, I'm tripping now, so I need a little prayer from you too. You know what I mean? So
it's interesting. And neither one of us had ever been business partners before. So it was a learning experience. Am I right? Mm-mm. Oh, I'm sorry. She was. She was. No, the story just clicked. The Holy Spirit just brought it back into my mind.
Gotcha.
Yeah, but you know, we still had to learn. You know, we still had to learn how to be a team.
Yes.
When you've individually been doing things, or even have your own team, you know, like, or people that have been in your corner, and somebody new comes to the table, you have to learn how to adjust.
Right.
And get used to that and know what it means to be a team.
Right.
we had to learn how to, we know we got our individual things going on, but that doesn't mean we still don't support each other.
Right, because we do, you know. And then we have, you know, our business.
Right.
And we had to learn before we make a decision.
Yeah.
There has to be a conversation.
Yeah. Right.
You know, we had to learn that. We have,
and the good thing is we do pray. And now we pray.
Yeah, we be going in.
We be going in.
Right.
We'll be in a meeting and we'll be going. Next thing you know, God done brought in a swift wind of the tongue.
Right.
So we be needing it.
Yeah. Right. But we know how to go before him. And what I really love about it, I don't say it often, is that I love that before we move. And I had to learn, because I move quick.
I don't.
Let me tell you, I
don't.
That's funny. That sounds like me too.
I'm an executor.
You move quick, Daniel?
I try not to, but sometimes if I have an idea, I'm running with it. I'm like, dang it, I forgot to do this.
I'm an executor, but see, she's an innovator of the group, of the team.
And I'm the analyst.
She's the analyst and the innovator. I'm the executor.
Yeah, she be.
And
see, my wife's the analyst.
Oh, see.
That's why. I be like, pump your brakes.
Right.
Let's think about this before we jump into this. You know, let's do a little bit more research. Let's see what it really is before we just dive in.
Yeah, and I had to learn, you know, because I've ran my career like that. Yeah. It's been good. It's been, I mean, there are some good things about it.
Right.
And then there's some good things about it because I stay on it.
She does. She keep me like, okay, now when I had enough time to pray about it and think about it, I need you to, I'm like, okay.
And opportunities, you know, because some opportunities you have to jump on and some you can't wait.
True.
So, but I've learned a balance to know especially when it comes to Blue Mile music.
Yes.
Is that, you know, as much as I want to jump.
When it's Calandra Gantt, go for it.
Right.
But when it's Blue Mile, I'm like,
if you're going to include me, you need to make sure to see this list right here. You need to make sure to cover that.
Absolutely, Daniel. Absolutely. And she know, I would say, can you CC me on that email, or can you put us in a group chat, please?
Like, I didn't CC you. I'm sorry.
It's like, no, you did not CC me on this.
But see, that's what happens with us fast movers. We're trying to move on stuff. No, it's not convincing you at all. Okay.
I don't even know you. I'm with you.
See,
I don't even know you, but you know what? I'm with you.
But you know, y'all in the family.
Yeah, I'm with you.
But y'all in the family.
But
it's a Salt family.
It's a Salt family. She's showing out.
Indeed.
She's showing out.
We crack jokes like that.
Oh, all the time.
But we do that. We do that. Ain't no thing. But I love it. You know, we always say we love God. I really, and I tell this all the time, you know, I'm grateful that he put us together.
I know he did.
For this journey, because, you know,
I know he did.
Sometimes we'd be like,
I know God did.
Yeah. Like, if you look at it with your own eyes, you kind of wonder, but then at the same time, you finally step back and you look at it like, okay, now I see why that happened. All right.
I know God did it.
Be like, man.
But you can see the contrast.
Yeah.
You can see the compliments.
Yeah.
You know, you can see the strength and the weaknesses.
Yes.
So I'm her strength in areas that she's weak in.
Yes.
As in business.
Right.
And even in individuality. And she's my strength as well. Because I know me, I will procrastinate.
Yes, she will. If I
thank you for not procrastinating on this.
Yes, I will.
Thank you for not procrastinating.
Look, I jumped on. I said, ooh, let me get it to her, because she will put it on a calendar.
Listen,
I will be like, oh yeah, we'll call.
Right.
Be like, we're supposed to call Daniel today. We're supposed to call Daniel today.
It's. I really I appreciate that. Because God knows what we need.
Yeah, he does.
To get us to move us to the next level. And even the little things that I didn't think I needed, and I got this. Well, Calandra has shown me another way. You know, she grinds. She grinds all the time, hands down.
That's good.
I don't. I'd be like, okay, I done did 3 hours of this. And I'm gonna sit down.
Right, yeah.
Now
see, I'm like that too, though.
Yes,
Well,
I need that.
Yeah.
I need to go and regroup. I have to go and recharge. She would just work. By the time the 4th or 5th hour come, my brains are mush. It's mush.
Yeah.
I can't think. I don't want to even think.
she'd be like, I don't want to do this.
I don't want to do this. That's it.
You know
I don't want to do this no more.
I'm out.
Yes. Absolutely, Dad. I'd be like, I don't want to do this no more.
And then there are times she'd be like, if you don't close that computer and you know, she might have 1 or 2 other words.
Shut that laptop down and get over here and watch some TV.
But you need that. The truth of the matter is, in anything that we're growing in, we need that balance.
Yes.
You know,
absolutely.
And the one thing I like about Blue Mile, I like about Conversations is that we do our best to be authentic and transparent. You know, we let people know that we feel, you know, these are our shortcomings, you know, but at the end of the day, we're in this partnership, we're in this ministry, because everything we do is a
God
ministry
partnership.
It's
Absolutely.
a God partnership, but we're in it because I believe God has used it to show us some things about ourselves.
Oh my God, yes.
So that we can grow to the next level and be that multi-million-dollar company.
I receive it.
That's right. I receive it for you.
That he is grooming. And this has been a faith walk. Our faith has increased.
It's been a faith walk.
It's been a faith walk. And I'm a faith walker. Let me tell you something.
She's a faith walker anyway.
I do it. My life.
Her whole life is this.
My whole life.
God, you're gonna do this.
You're gonna do it. And I'm crazy enough to believe.
Well, I'm becoming that. Stronger. Because I depend on, you know, my job and my this and my that and my this. You know, I didn't quit my job and say I'm an entrepreneur full time. She is.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
She does that. She does it.
Now, believe me, now some days I'll be like, girl, but I'll be like, God, I know what you. God, I know you. I know you able. And I don't doubt it, but sometimes life will throw things,
throw a curve
at you, and you be like, whoa. But I'll be like, you know what, God, you showed up every time.
Absolutely.
Indeed. So what I wanted to kind of go back to, though, in regards to your name, because you guys were talking about, you know, how God moves in the decisions that you make. So how did the name Blue Mile Consulting come about?
Did you?
I did.
It came through her. We were throwing the names around, and blue means calm.
Right.
You know, that's one of the colors that we have is calm, and the mile is our journey. Our journey.
Yes, our journey.
And music is our connection.
So if you look at our website, it'll say something join together.
Yeah, two souls that
join. You don't know either, do you?
It's
two journeys. It's two roads that we met. So, you know, it's our journey in music. Actually, it's our journey in music. And the whole calmness, because we want to, you know, not a lot of drama. We want to make sure we walk in integrity. We want to make sure that when people come into our presence, they feel good. They get peace. So that's what Blue Mile really came from.
Two individuals on different journeys that collided.
I told you that's what
there you go.
That collided.
And we really did.
We actually did collide.
Right.
We actually did collide.
Man.
And one thing
like, who is this girl just following me on this cruise? Don't be like that.
I want to sweat Daphney at. I'm like,
But you know what though? That's how it is when people get interested in seeing what somebody else does. Yes. And knowing that they do it well, you know what I mean? Yes. So it's a compliment that to both of you that both of you were like, oh, okay. And you saw exactly what the other person was putting out.
Yes.
You know what I mean? Their whole demeanor, their whole character, you know what I mean? And being able to receive that tells a lot about yourselves as well. You know what I mean? Knowing that you were able to receive that in such a positive way, knowing that, okay, well, this person doesn't seem like a threat at all. Not because they're not good, but just because that's just the good that you see in them.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. And then also too, though, they just recognize or realizing that, you know, God said he knows the plans he has for you individually.
Yes.
And so we really believe that and understand that nobody comes in your presence should be a competitor or somebody that make you feel
less of
make you feel like you have to compete or a threat.
Indeed. So, and speaking of individually, I'm sorry, go ahead.
I live by that.
Indeed. As we all should. We all should. And speaking of individually, so in a quick minute, if we can, I want to kind of get to.
Not in no quick minute.
I know, right? For both of you separately, and whoever wants to go first is fine. When did both of you first get caught up in music, and who were some of your influences?
I'll go first.
Okay.
Number one is, we all been singing since we were little kids.
Right.
We all stood on the chair with the mic. We did all that.
Oh yeah.
But in the recording, business, because see, I didn't want to sing. I wanted to dance. I wanted to be a dancer.
Oh, okay.
That's why my nephews dance, but my kids dance. All my both my girls, they dance. I wanted to dance too. I had dance lessons. I was like, I don't want to sing, but I got about. My mom put me in the children's choir. I was 12 years old, and this guy was the organist, and he was like, I want her to come sing with my group. And my mom said, she's so young, because everybody was like 25, 26.
Oh, wow.
He was like, no, I want her to sing. And I started singing with them, and I started recording with them at the age of 13. So that's how I got in this whole industry. My mom, they didn't want to put on Star Search and stuff like that. I'm like, I don't want to do that. But I noticed I wanted to go. I was going R&B, so I was singing in the different talent shows, all of that. In Miami, I was doing it all. By the time I was 18, I was well known. But then, just I didn't want to do that no more. I wanted to give my life to Christ. So I've been working for Jesus a long time.
Okay. That's right.
I just had to get that out.
Had to get that out for a long time. So yeah, that is funny.
So it's been great ever since. Ups and downs, but still good.
Yeah, indeed.
A good up and down.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Well, like she said, you started in church. I was 3. I had always been around choirs.
Okay.
My grandfather plays the piano, so anytime they had rehearsals, I was around choirs, and he was my grandmother and my grandfather still lives, my grandmother's gone on. They would take me around the city of Atlanta. And that's how I established my name in Atlanta. I would sing and see, similar to her, she may not know this, but being young, I was always a part of these older choirs. There was a choir called the Atlanta Christian Choir Link. There was a choir called Reverend Scandred and the Family, who was in the they were older people, but
Reverend Scandred.
I know, right? And there was a quartet group, because I had a little quartet in me.
Yes,
there's a quartet group that was Deacon Johnny Butts. He was my neighbor,
Deacon Johnny Butts.
And he used to babysit me, but they had a quartet group, and then there was a quartet group. So I was around music, all styles of music all the time. So of course, by the age of 9, I'm playing instruments and directing choirs and all that stuff. And then eventually I said, okay, maybe. Well, I always knew I wanted to sing. But when I was young, I actually thought I was going to be a lawyer. Because I like crime.
That's funny. Same here. Kid you not. I wanted to go to Harvard and everything.
When's your birthday, Daniel?
January 10th.
Okay, no, that's not.
And so I thought I was going to be a lawyer, and then it was going to be a teacher.
Oh, okay.
So once I didn't want to go to law school all them years, I said, well, maybe I'll be a teacher. But I knew I wanted to be involved in music because I did music from elementary school, singing in the choir. Greatest Love of All was my first solo in elementary school.
Wow, mine too. No, I'm kidding.
I think that was everybody.
I believe the children.
I think that was everybody.
Yeah, I'm sorry. At that time, I didn't believe the children were our future. Not at all. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
But I remember that. And then, middle school was in the band, ironically. I wasn't in the chorus in middle school, but I was in a band, played clarinet.
Girl, me too, child.
Yeah. I played sax.
Okay.
I played the
flute. You played the flute?
Yeah, I tried to play the clarinet.
I played the clarinet.
I tried to play the drums.
and then went to a performing arts school.
Yes.
But I knew that music was a part of my life because instruments were easy for me. You know, I never took a drum lesson, but I could play drums.
Yes.
Nice.
Took piano lessons since I was 9 and played for the little youth choir back in that season.
Right.
Don't want to do it no more.
Right.
But I always loved instrumentation. And I just, you know, and then my grandfather, he played with recording choir. He recorded an album, you know, and was a part of that. So it's been in my family.
Right.
For years. And so it was the natural thing. You know, even though I thought I was going to do other things, I still ended up teaching because I became a minister, teach Sunday school, and I do teaching now. So I still kind of doing what I love to do. But the great thing is that now recording. And so when I was in college, I just left college and did professional. And then just started traveling and just, but you know, it was a personal decision, but music has just been around me all my life.
Right.
Yeah. And the thing about it is, and that's amazing that you said that, because we are products of our environment.
Yeah.
You know, whether we know that or not. Even if it's not directly in your family, it's some extension somewhere. You know, mom and dad sang, you know, mom and dad had a record company, you know, they were both,
somebody had something.
They were both local recording artists. My mom and dad was both local recording artists. They got vinyls out, you know. So it's somewhere in there. But when I know for me, when it was so much of it, it's like, I don't want to do that.
Right.
Because they doing it.
People can't get overwhelmed. My brother
would not sing. My oldest brother, he wouldn't sing, but he would direct. My youngest brother just wanted to play in the band. He did not want to sing. I know. I was like, I don't want to do that. My mom was like, you gonna sing. Y'all gonna sing.
They didn't have to beat me.
Oh, 3 of y'all gonna sing. I was like, I don't want to sing.
I loved it.
You know, we just wanted to, because we was, really.
I get it.
When you in it so much, mama, daddy, every weekend, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, you ask somebody program. And so when you get older, you make your own decision. And late at night, it's like, I don't want to do that one.
Right. And I guess, like you said, your mom, dad, and I guess the only thing I had was my grandfather and my grandma and my grandmother.
Saturated with it.
My grandmother, of course, she just want to say her grandbaby can sing. So she gonna take her grandbaby until I got older, be like, Grandma, wait a minute now. You gotta let me decide where I'm gonna go.
You can't decide.
True.
You can't decide.
No decision on that one.
But I loved it. So it was nothing. I didn't ever feel it forced. It was natural. Now my sister, they wanted to make her sing. She got them one good time, and they never asked her again. One good time. You
told me about that.
Yeah, one good time. And she was like, I ain't no singer. I keep trying to tell y'all gonna make me stand up in church and sing a song.
She embarrassed them in church.
And she embarrassed them in church, and they never did.
No, wait, she did it on purpose, or she
on purpose?
Of course, she did on purpose. You know, Purple Rain was the thing back then, and she sung that in church. Right. You know, but they never asked her to get the microphone again. I love it.
And she made sure of it.
She made sure. Yeah. But you know, so the blessing now is that we really love what we do. I love what I do.
And you could tell.
You know, I love how music make people feel.
Yes, absolutely.
And that the lyrics, if you ever, I listen to the lyrics of songs, and if you can, I mean, you know, you listen to the lyrics, you be like, man, that right there just kind of, that's folk.
Well, I mean, it's universal. It's not just gospel music.
Yeah.
All lyrics can be, can speak into your life, either good or bad. You know, they said music is universal. You got to be careful as a songwriter. Be careful what you're writing, you know, because somebody gonna be listening to it. So it's our responsibility. We have a mandate to make sure that we write music that speaks life.
That's correct. That's 1000% correct. You know, and there's a lot of people that know. Say it again.
I said that's a mandate on us.
Yes. And there's a lot of people that know how to write songs well with a different meaning to them, like what people will call coding, you know what I'm saying? And it's fine for them, you know what I'm saying? And that's great that some people are able to do that. You think that one song is all about one particular thing just to find out it's about something completely different. You know, whereas like I don't did somebody just tell me?
But anyway, keep going there.
I got we'll save that for another time.
I got a gospel song like that.
You do.
Oh, okay. But you know what? But that's okay because as long.
That's my song.
As long as it was something that was put there for a purpose, you know what I'm saying?
Yes.
You knew exactly
It
what the
was
words were
intentional.
meaning. Yeah, exactly.
It was
But at the same
intentional.
time, you know, for other people, you know, like for myself, when I write, I don't try to be simplistic, but I don't want to beat around the bush, because I used to do that when I was doing R&B. You know what I'm saying? So it was
I
like,
heard some of
okay,
your
I want
R&B
to,
music before.
yeah. Oh, okay. Praise God.
DJ let me listen to it.
Yeah. Oh, okay. and I liked what I did, but at the same time, I'm like, okay, well, I don't want to be beating around the bush. I want to be 1000% honest, true, even if I'm going to say the most simplistic lyric ever. You know what I'm saying? But you know, it's something that I think that a lot of people need to tap into and understand that what they are speaking, because life and death is in the power of the tongue.
Is in the power of the tongue, and they that love it will eat the fruit thereof.
That's right.
People got to understand that.
Right.
The lyrics are so important. Yeah.
Indeed. I kind of want to go again, kind of separately on what both of you have pulled from, not POOLED, but pulled from your experiences, and how you pulled them together. So for each one of you, what, if you could name at least one thing that happened in your career that made you feel like, okay, this is definitely something that I will not or will do next time, or make sure to teach somebody else. So what would you say could be at least one thing that you learned from your careers on that level?
I know, for me, just making sure that my music is right and don't rush, because I want to get it out so fast.
Indeed.
I want to get it out so fast because, and also too, I learned relationships are everything. And I'm not saying be around somebody because they doing something great. Right. I mean, authentic relationships are everything. So if I can, if I can tell a young person, make sure your music is right. Make sure, even if you have one piece of inkling of unsurety, don't release it.
Right.
Don't release it. Right. You have to be sure when you put that music out. And then those relationships that you are creating while you're going through the journey of getting your music and, you know, getting your project and doing things, value those relationships, because most of the time, if they buy into what you're doing, they'll be a fan forever.
Indeed.
Yeah.
Sure, they'll be a fan forever.
Yeah. That's good.
Yeah. I had to learn that one.
That's good. Yeah. I guess
what about you, Calandra?
I won't talk about that, putting that stuff out like that, because I got a whole story with that. But
okay.
But
no, but in my career, the first thing that popped in my head, I was part of a showcase, is that whatever you do, operate in grace. Yes. And in I want to say class, but operate in grace. And I say this because I got on stage, I was using a track, and the people that were running the sound, and this was for a showcase. This was back in the day when I was doing showcases in Virginia. Oh, okay. They messed up my track, but I didn't get upset. You know how some people go off when you do things. I simply left, finished whatever I was on, left the stage. And the person that was over it, because I didn't go back and, I just said, it's just one of them things. And she came to me and she said, you know what? That's not right. She said, because of how you represented yourself in this situation, we're going to let you go back and we're going to redo your whole thing. And I ended up winning that showcase.
Okay.
Nice.
But the thing that she said was that because everybody else had showed their butts, but because you represented the Christ in you, you just represented a different thing. So I would tell people that, we can't control situations.
Absolutely.
But we can't allow the situation to control us. Indeed. And if we're going to represent Christ in our ministry, I mean, before you even open up your mouth, they meet your personality. They meet who you are as a person. And I would say just make sure you're representing Christ in the best way, because that can make a difference. And the other thing that I would say is that Business is everything.
Yeah.
You know, I'm the type of person, I've experienced people writing bad checks to me, trying to just get over because it's Christ.
Oh yeah, they don't. People don't want to expect to charge for that.
That you know, but when you start learning your worth, let me say this: money is not everything. But when you are doing this, and it costs to do ministry.
Sure does.
It costs to do ministry.
Can I say something?
Raise your hand.
You can raise my hand.
Your finger.
Yes.
Okay, then I'm gonna go back and finish.
But can I say this? This is good what you're saying. Salvation is free.
Yes.
Salvation is free.
It's free.
Right.
We can hold hands and we can pray. And you can ask the Lord come into your heart.
Yeah.
And be your savior.
He will do it.
And believe that he died and he rose. That's free.
With your mouth.
That's free. But when I have to get in my car.
Yes, ma'am.
And I have to drive to your church.
Yep.
And I have to go stop and get me something to eat. That costs.
It costs.
That has nothing to do with salvation.
It doesn't.
Nope.
And people don't understand
they
that.
don't.
The ministry that when I get there, the ministry that God allows me to convey to you, that's free.
That's free.
But the operation of me in the flesh, that
my
costs
time
money.
is valuable.
And what I want to tell them, don't allow people to guilt you into, you know, the main thing they say
about guilt.
Let me
I don't even.
But no, this is what they would do. But this is but for people that are new and they're hungry to be, and they think they gotta be on every platform. This is what and I've been there. That's why I can say that. I can say this because I've been there. But then when my mentality changed, and somebody came to me, they was like, Calandra, what you present, why are you not charging this amount of money? Because the thing is that we don't do nothing halfway.
Right.
And when I say we, because we use some of the
with excellence.
You know, the band, you know, all this. You see, that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. We don't do anything halfway. So when we make our presentation before the people and we're representing, we have band, we have singers, there's a lot of things that go in the back end of that, rehearsals.
And
money.
And you know, it's all of that.
And these musicians love us, but they still looking for their money when they get to
but that's their job.
That's their job.
So we have to honor that.
And so,
you know,
down through the years, you know, I did a lot of stuff for free. So nobody could ever come to me and say Calandra was about money.
But I thought that's what it was supposed to do.
Exactly.
To do it.
That's what we think. But then as we grow in this thing and we realize, well, Lord, I done spent out $1,000 this month and I ain't received nothing.
But in our mind, well, Lord, you're gonna give it back to me some kind of way.
But God also gave us wisdom. He grants us wisdom.
I understand what you're saying.
To know, but my thing is that we don't know when we start. But as we learn it and we come into the knowledge, then it should change. And now, because the mentality has changed, we don't have to chase it. God sends it to us. And those things that he sends now, it's like he's already made provision for us to do it. Indeed. So, I mean, those are the key things, you know, and I'm sorry, this last thing, know who you are. You know, for a long
time. But he only said one.
That's okay.
And
That's okay.
You're giving us a 3-point sermon. I mean, did you just...
I won't be before you long.
Know who you are. Go ahead, Calandra. I'm sorry.
Oh, that's why I don't like her. But anyway, listen.
Yes.
For the people.
Right.
Be bold and know who you are. No, and I say that because in the industry, because there's an image and there are different things. People will try to change you. They'll try to change your sound. They'll try to change who they want to be. Because it's all about them. It's all about making money.
Well, you're a product to them.
Right.
It is what it is.
But when you authentically walk in your lane and who you are, stuff flow a lot easier.
Oh yeah.
For me, I'm talking about me because I can't talk about nobody else.
Right.
It flows a lot easier. So I'm gonna stop right there because I can talk about that thing all day. She keep hitting that time. She keep knocking that time until my. So go on, Dan. You go on. What's your
But you know what? When it comes to stuff like that, especially artists when they when they're just coming out with their music. They obviously, you know, we as artists, we love our stuff.
Been there, done that.
And we're sensitive about our stuff, you know what I mean? But
as Erica said,
yeah, but at the same time, you know, I think it's different for people who don't know what lane they want to be in, and they're trying to do something else, you know what I mean? Like, because they might get told, well, you know what, you look like this person and you kind of sound like this person, so maybe you should do. But if you can tell that they're comfortable doing one particular thing, then you need to leave them there. Maybe show them how they could do that better.
Better.
You know what I mean? Right. Which is what is a good thing for both of you to be involved in, you know, consulting people in that way, because when you see that, it's different. But when you see that they're struggling, okay, well, I'm not sure where I want to be. I kind of like this, but I'm not sure if I like that. Helping them make that decision is key. Is a big deal.
That's what does.
It's like go back to the drawing board.
Right. And sometimes you have to. But for others who've been in it for a while, definitely. But for others who've been in it a while, you know, and are comfortable with their sound. And I'm saying this, you know, specifically because I'm comfortable with my sound.
Yes.
Now, if there's something that I could do to improve my sound, no problem. I got you. You know what I mean? But when it comes to, you know, who I feel God has placed me in, what particular, who God has made me to be, how he places things in my heart, in my spirit when I write, you know what I mean? There's been plenty of times that I've written stuff where I'm not going to God first and I'm just going off of what I'm feeling. And it may come out good, but at the same time, like, I can't go back and say, well, you know, I prayed before I did that. Because then I'd be lying, you know what I mean?
Yeah, but it could be a good one, but not a God one.
Right.
Exactly. That's a good one. That should go on a shirt too.
Yeah. Okay. That's
be a
shirt
good
number
one,
2.
but not a God one.
Shirt number 2. Good thing, but not a God thing.
Indeed. Well, listen, I definitely want to make sure that we are able to close out on something good, some more good, I should say, really. So my last question for both of you, what is at least one of the illest lines that you guys have ever heard that had an impact on you?
For me, well, right now, I'll say, because I have a whole bunch of illest lines.
Oh, I'm sure.
But for me is the I think they call it The Blessing. I forgot who it was about. I don't know if it's a Hillsong or the other one, but it's the Lord bless you and keep, what we say in church. The Lord bless you and keep you. May his face shine upon you and be gracious to you. That's the illest line. The Lord turn his face towards me and give me peace. That's the illest line right now. I sing that blessing song all the time.
Amen. How about you, Calandra?
I would have to say I heard that song "God Sees You" by Shanta Atkins, and the lyrics to that song, I was trying to find it, but she has one line that was like, oh God, it's the first line. And I was trying to pull up the lyrics, but if anybody has ever heard that, it was like but you're internally bleeding. You know, you basically you walking around here functioning, but you bleeding on the inside. So you're one of those bleeders. And for people that are healing from things, that really spoke to me. And that was my first time ever hearing that song, and it had been out for a minute. But it's called "God Sees You" by Shanta Atkins. That first line, and I mean, whoever wrote that song, I don't even know if she wrote it, but I sent it to Daphney, and I was like, "Girl, this right here done messed me up." Because we hurt on the inside,
but we're internally healing, and people don't know that.
So we're bleeding.
We got it all together.
On the inside. And we walking around internally bleeding. It was something like that in her living, you know, but you bleeding on the inside. But you smiling, but you still toe up.
So many people go through that.
So that was one of the I would say the illest lines that really spoke to me in this season.
In this season,
because it's been
so many. The blessing in this season.
But in this season, that spoke to me because I was bleeding on the inside.
So Daniel, what's your illest line in this season?
I have plenty. I have too many. I would say, because Jonathan McReynolds is one of my all-time favorites, and I actually just recently posted this one up. where he in cycles from Make Room.
Yes.
When he says, see the devil, he learns from your mistakes.
Your mistakes.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yes.
I'm telling you, every time I heard that song from the beginning, I'm like, okay, I'm gone already. I'm gone already because that song specifically, yes, hit me, gut punched me in the spirit, and made me feel like every time I'm in the car coming home from work,
crying. But that whole project is like that.
Yes, everything.
It's the whole project.
Yeah.
Even the No Gray, I think it's called. Is it black and white?
No Gray.
No Gray. Yeah.
Black and white.
From his first one. Yeah, No Gray.
That whole project is like everything to me.
Oh yeah. From his, I can't remember what the first one was called. Life Room or something like that.
Yeah, the light.
It may have been something like that.
It was
Lord, if he ever sees this, please forgive me.
It was life. Something about life.
Yeah.
It was about life.
Life music.
I want life music or something.
Yes, yeah.
I have it. We gotta look.
And he's ever since he came out, he's been one of the main ones that I listen to, and simply because of the way that he writes.
Yeah, he's a great writer.
He's a great writer.
Yes. Oh, most
he's
definitely.
a great writer. He is a great writer.
Yeah, he's a great writer.
Just Comparison Kills.
Oh man, that's another one. Oh, that's another one. And then Graduate.
Because it's so true. And then what?
Graduate.
Oh yeah.
Oh man.
I play, yeah.
And see, that one had me in tears because my son Isaiah was graduating that same year that we were really listening to that a lot. Wow. So every time that song came on, I'm like, dang, oh, here it comes again.
That's amazing that you said that because we've been using that song for our graduations at our church.
Oh yeah.
And I do the graduations for our church.
Yes.
And I use the song.
But that just made me think about, because Anita Wilson is another one that I love called Speechless.
Oh yeah.
Man, that song Speechless, you know.
Oh, I don't think I heard that one.
Oh,
Lord, you leave me speechless. You could be crying.
Yeah, you gonna be crying.
Yeah, look that one up. I'm crying going to work every month. Crying going to work.
But that song, Speechless, is like, Lord, you leave me speechless.
Yeah.
You know, when you hear the lyrics to that, because some of the things he does, he leaves you speechless.
Yeah, it's like, oh my God.
Always, yeah.
Yeah.
See, I'm seeing the first line. I can say that you're wonderful. All right, yep.
Yes.
I'm in a lane out.
You'll be crying again.
Yeah, she's
man. Good. And see, we can go all night with this, and that's exactly why sometimes these take a long time. Yeah, and that's cool. I definitely appreciate that.
Yeah, we can't just spirit.
Indeed. But listen, before I let you both go, I want to make sure that we are able to get people aware of where they can find you. So website, social media, all that. Where can people find you at?
Well, to get Blue Mile Music can be found bluemilemusic.com. Facebook, yes, Blue Mile Music page, and Instagram and Twitter. So we have all social media. And those that may just want to find out what we're about and book a consultation with us, please go. We do a free 30-minute consultation. For free. Okay, after them 30 minutes though. I'm the one that do that. After them 30 minutes though, I love the Lord, but no, we cater to our clients. You know, we develop a program that works
for them.
Right.
So it's hands-on. Now individually, it's CalandraGantt.com. That's GANTT.com. 2 T's, not one. We're on Facebook.
Okay, go ahead. Finish.
Yeah, we're on Facebook.
You're on Facebook.
I'm on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, link, all that good stuff.
Right.
But go to the website and you can connect with all of that.
Right. And I am DaphneyHilton.com. Daphney with the Y, DAPHNEY, Hilton, like the Hilton Hotel. If you Google Daphney Hilton with the Y, everything should pop up. Everything. Just Google everything.
Google me. Google her.
Google me. This guy called me. The guy I talked to someone today. He was like, "Oh, I already Googled you."
Right.
I said, "Okay, thank you."
Thank you for doing that.
Google me. You'll find me.
Like, mental side note, stalker in.
Absolutely.
Right.
Absolutely. I was like, ooh, okay.
Oh, man. That's hilarious. Well, listen, I truly, truly, truly appreciate you both being on here with me and spending time talking about your history and everything. And honestly, if there's anything that you both ever need from me, please let me know.
Yes, because we're going to talk after this. So
most definitely. God bless you. And hopefully everything that you've done thus far will help a lot of things come to fruition.
Yes. Thank you, Daniel.
You're very welcome. Thank you. God bless you.
Bye.